The new catalog is live. We're going to take a look at what I bought along with tons of artwork examples, and I want to take you on a little walkthrough of all of this inspirational goodness in here. I love looking through the catalogs. There's so much inspiration sprinkled in. When I first get it, I look through the whole thing really quick, and then I go back and take my time. And every time I do, I notice different little details and ideas. Wait till you see these peppermints. They're adorable. And this paper pack too. We're going to take a look at what I bought. I'll show you those things up close because it looks good in the catalog, even better in your hands, and then even more amazing when you've made something with it, right? So we are getting into the crafty fun here. There's some fun little ideas, just even in making little ornaments. How many of you make your own ornaments or handmade gifts? I have. Some years I do, some years I don't. It just kind of depends on what's going on. On this page, they're showing you some kits. Now, a lot of us love the look of handmade Christmas cards. We want to send those cards, but we don't have a lot of time, right? It's a busy time of the year. So here is a Christmas card kit. There's 2 different designs, and you make 4 of each design, so 8 cards total, and there's some of the little ephemera bits done for you, and then there is some stamping involved, so they give you the sentiment to stamp on the inside. You get the little ink stamping spot, everything you need to create those beautiful cards. On this side we have here you can see a little bit better what those cards look like. Very pretty. And then this adorable haunted house. So it is a little home decor piece that you can put together, but during the preview period this actually sold out. It was so popular. It was a huge hit. They are going to bring it back. However, it won't be back until after Halloween, but it'll be around until the next Halloween season. So you could get a jump start on that, right? So here we're going to talk about quick and easy options. And I just want to say I would love to grab a cup of coffee and sit back with my catalog in that living room. It looks so cozy and inviting, right? You ever look at those things and think, oh, I just want to hang out there? And yeah, let's do that, right? So these are really fun. This is mix and match ephemera. You may know them as die cuts, ephemera die cuts. People use those terms interchangeably and they're kind of the same thing. So you have card bases with coordinating envelopes. There's tags. We've got all of the die cuts and even sentiments. And these I got for scrapbooking in mind. I am going to make some cards obviously with the card bases, but I think that these are going to be really great for scrapbooking. So let's go ahead and take a look at these up close. We'll start with the Joyful Images ephemera pack. So they come shrink wrapped like this. I have not opened the sentiment one yet. And you get 2 of each sheet. So there's 2 duplicates. Here comes Dave. Hi, buddy. You like these? Are these Dave approved? So let's see if we can look at these with Dave in the way. So again, 2 sheets. I went ahead and popped out 1 set of each, and I'm going to just leave these in their carrier sheet because these are duplicates of what I'm going to show you. We had to have a little intermission there and wait for Dave to move on. I was going to just spread them all out, but I decided to just put them on my Versamat so we can take a close-up look at some of these. Do you see the gold foiling detail on there? I absolutely love that, and there's a lot of them have the gold foiling. Those little cookies do, so you can see that shine there. It just makes them kind of extra nice, right? This is one of my favorites. This is definitely going to make its way onto a scrapbook layout, but so many fun little, different things to embellish. And as I mentioned, I'm going to probably use a lot of these for my December daily, but yeah, they're just so cute. And this is just one set, so you get 2 of everything. And I think they are just really, really fun. The presents too. Do you see the gold on there? And then on the little drum set, adorable. I wanted to show you that the envelopes, the metal die sets come in these envelopes, and I end up putting those in with my stamp collection, so I have these envelopes left over, and they are a great way to store your little bits of ephemera if you wanted to use that as a organizing option. Another embellishment organizing storage solution idea are these photo mounting sheets. I've been using this for well over a year. I did share this in a video a while back, and I highly recommend it. You can see what you have, and it protects everything, especially these are layering ephemera from the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog and also the sentiments, but this just keeps them safe. If they're pretty intricate, and if you stack them all on top of each other and slide them in and out of an envelope, they can get caught, and if you pull, it can rip them or damage them. So this works really well, and I know what some of you are thinking. You grew up with these photo albums and they were horrible. Your pictures were permanently stuck. They were yellowing. It was awful. I know. My mom had them, and I vividly remember helping her trying to salvage our family photos. But these have come a long way. They're acid-free, archival safe, and they're just the right amount of tack. So I haven't had any trouble using these, and I have friends that have been using them for many years, and they too have reported no issues. So these are all my little new Stampin' Up! Bits, and then I have even full sticker sheets in here. So when I'm done with the kit and I have leftovers, or maybe I just overbought and had extras, I just put the whole sticker sheet in here and I just thumb through and can find what I need, and everything is just in one place. My only complaint about these are the holes. This is just heavy duty paper, so I have had some of the holes rip as I'm turning the pages. So when you order them, just order a pack of hole reinforcers at the same time, and just go ahead and put those on to extend the longevity of those pages. Here are the tags for this season ephemera pack, and again, 2 of each sheet, so you get 2 of each of the tags in here, and these are really beautiful. And this one here is, let's see, that is, get my ruler the right way, 4.5 by 2.5, so that's a good size tag there. But yeah, you can see they just pop right out. So some of these that are a little bit more open, you can use those to ground your smaller embellishments. You could take some of those bits and pieces from the Joyful Ephemera and cluster them on your tag and put them on a card front, or down like on the lower corner of your scrapbook layout for an embellishment. But they've got lots of large tags, and then there's small tags also. And these are really cute. You could put a little word sentiment on there and put that on your layout. But yeah, this one's cute too. So I am looking forward to creating with these. And here is the joyful saying. So again, 2 of each, and they're great little sentiments for your scrapbook layouts or cards. Christmas memories, that's perfect for a scrapbook layout, right? So thinking of you, I'm obviously going to put that on a card, but Christmas memories, wonder, holly jolly, ho ho ho, happy Christmas, peace on earth, all of those phrases are going to look great on a scrapbook layout. So that's always kind of my primary focus, and then whatever's left over I like to make cards with. But these are really cute. Then we have some larger sentiments here. That could even be a fun title. 'Tis the season, let it snow. So if you were documenting a snowy page in your little December daily, like that could be your title right there. So again, thinking of you this Christmas, or just for you. Those are probably not going to make it onto a layout. Ooh, these are gorgeous. These could be really nice titles too. Christmas. Oh, those are so pretty. So joy, season's greetings. And again, you get 2 of them. Oh, these are just super, super pretty. I have got to pop one of these out. I've got to see it, right? You can't see it fully and appreciate it all when it is still in the carrier sheet. So these are coming out nice and easily, but oh, so, so pretty. Let's grab something dark to put that against. Let's go with green, right? Because that's very Christmassy. Gorgeous. And it's just catching the light so beautifully. I'm very excited about those. I might have to get a second pack. And then let's see what these say. Noel, that's a great scrapbook title. And Peace on Earth, a sentiment. So this one here, wishing you Christmas full of peace and wonder. Probably put that on a card. Christmas could go either way. Peace, joy to you and yours. Wishing you a wonderful Christmas season. So you get 2 of those. So that way you don't have to decide. Use one on a layout, put the other one on a card, right? Got the best of both worlds. Now, I didn't show you the card and envelope bases, but I do have those, and I'll show those to you in just a moment. On the next page, they have all of these inspiring ways to put those together, and I love to study this and get ideas from it and take those and put them on my scrapbook layouts or cards. They also have all of these little sketch ideas for you. It would be fun to challenge yourself to work through all of those and create each one of those designs. But if you look closely here and just kind of take in the details, I am always doing things in odd numbers, 3s and 5s typically, because it's very pleasing to the eye. And you can see lots of examples on how they've done that. So here we've got the tag base with the Christmas tree, that's one. And then they've layered the little gold foiled presents over the top, that's a second layer. And then our sentiment is a third layer. So we have a grouping of 3, and you can see how nice that looks. Here's another example. We've got the card base, so then you have your row of trees, your snowman, and your sentiment, a little cluster of 3. And again, you can just see that repeated over and over again. And not that you have to do 3. I mean, you could definitely add more, but it's just a great starting point to use odd numbers and, put those little elements together to create a embellishment. So actually, let's go ahead and put one of these together really quick. The gold detail on these is absolutely gorgeous. So you've got blues, reds, and green card bases with the coordinating envelopes that also have the gold, it's like gold dipped, and then you have this watercolor look. So these are absolutely gorgeous. And you could change up the orientation. So they're pre-scored. You just fold those, and you could have it in portrait mode or landscape mode. You could even flip it over. So here the gold is on the right. If you wanted it coming from the left, you could do that. So many different options. Let's go ahead and put one together. I've got my ephemera on a little Versamat here, and let's see. Let's do the snowman. I think that one is cute. So we've got our blue card here. Want to make sure it's opening on the right side there. And they've used the row of trees right about there. Of course, I would have to trim those off, but I'm not actually going to make this. We're just going to stack them up to see how easy this is. And they have the snowman, and the sentiment they have used is "Wish You Were Here." So you've got your little cluster of 3 just like that. Done. So cute. You could pop the snowman and the sentiment up with some foam tape. You could even turn this landscape and repeat the same cluster and go like that. Or let's bring in a tag for fun and see if we could change this up. I've grabbed the gold edge tag here. This would be great for a journaling spot too. You could definitely add your journaling for a scrapbook layout there. Let's actually put this under here. And if I were going to do that, I would trim out the section that's hidden by the tag and save that for another project. So now our tag can kind of cluster our snowman here, and that's cute. So that just kind of steps it up even more. But what if we gave him a candy cane? Add a little more red. There's a tiny bit of red in the little snowman's hat, so we could do that. And we have a red bow. This one has some red, or this one. Put a little red bow at the top. And what about a red sentiment here? There's lots of different sentiments, but that's super cute. Just if you like more layers and want to switch things up a bit. So just have fun with it, just building and putting the clusters together. There's so many different options you could do for those. All right, let me clear these out of the way. Now this next page, if you enjoy creating December dailies or pocket card scrapbooking, this is called Memories and More, and this is the Reindeer Days Memories and More card pack. So it looks like there's a little sticker sheet too, and they're great for pocket scrapbooking. This would also be great for December daily. Fun way to document the season. So there's some 3x4 cards. You just slide into those little divided pockets, some 4x6 cards, and then you pop in your photos. So you could use these for card bases too, but they're showing here some fun pocket scrapbooking ideas. And then over here, this paper is called A Little Bit Festive, and you can see some fun ways that they have used the bits and pieces there. Let's take a closer look at this one. So this one here, a little bit festive, is a tad different. You have 6 sheets of paper, or 6 patterns, 3 sheets of paper in here, and then you have a bunch of ephemera. So you can see we've got Christmas, like pine branches with little, those could be kind of twinkle lights or little ornaments on there. The opposite side is this really pretty stripe. Love that. Those would look good together there. And then you have, if you like blues for Christmas, this is very pretty. It's almost kind of like a little basket weave pattern. And then a blue plaid on the other side. So that's nice. And then these are triangles, which to me scream Christmas trees, right? And then we have this pattern here on the other side. So those are all very fun. I like those. And then the ephemera here, we've got some frames, and then we have a bunch of die cuts. So these would make really easy card bases here. And again, they just pop right out. They do have some gold foiling. Can you see on the star? I really like that extra little detail there. So we've got some cookies. This one here looks like you could do a frame style, put your clusters and your sentiment in the middle, ornaments, lights, some holly. And then these are really, really pretty. Yeah, these are definitely going to find their way onto a scrapbook layout. How cute is that little truck? So we've got some trees, poinsettias, so many different bits and pieces. You guys wanted embellishments. Here you go. We've got tons of embellishments. Sleigh. So some of these remind me of the elements in the Joyful Ephemera. This one would be really pretty too. You could put something, a sentiment over that, and then you could cluster like a little, I'm just kind of playing here. I haven't even looked at these, so put me on the spot here. But we could, yeah, so put this here and then stamp a little sentiment in there, and that would look pretty. Or that could be the start of your title going across. You know how I always love to kind of frame in when I put a title underneath. I always like to frame in like an L-shaped cluster, and then the title will go beneath the photos. Or you could do the little tree. Look at the stockings. So this is really, really fun. Super cute. Different things to embellish with. Again, there's that little cocoa cup, so you can see what I mean. Some of those are similar to the Joyful Ephemera, but you've got larger elements here. So these are very, very nice. I'm excited to play with these. Love the gold foiling. So let's go ahead and move these out of the way. Again, I'll show you some ideas here in just a moment. Oh, we don't lose that piece. Moving through the catalog here, this is so pretty. I love how they've presented the table for what I'm going to guess is Thanksgiving because of the color scheme there. Such a good idea. Do you guys decorate your table with crafts, paper crafts? I have done that before. I've made like little name tags and stuff, and it's always so fun. So this was my #1 must-have from this catalog, the Season of Elegance, and it is, wait till you see the paper. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You can see a little hint of that right here. And I'm going to just show you that close up here in a moment. But you can, purchase things individually. I did go ahead and get this whole suite because I wanted everything in it. So there's sentiments, and let me just get out the product actually. Hang on one sec, let me grab it. So this is the whole Season of Elegance suite here, and I've got the ribbon. You do save 10% if you purchase it in the bundle, but like I said, I wanted everything anyway, so why not save the 10%? But do you see the gold in the edge of the ribbon? Very, very pretty. And there's some gold bling. This is the gold textured adhesive back dots. And this little envelope here, I got this idea from Patty Bennett. They are passport holders, and I bought a whole bunch of them on Amazon, and they're really, really nice and sturdy, and you can use them over and over and over again. Because when you take the plastic sleeve off of your bling, it's very hard to get that back on. It will rip. It doesn't hold up. So now you could just use these, slide them right in there, and then I'm going to put them in a bin so I can kind of flip through them. And I think that'll be a really fun way to store my dots. But aren't these gorgeous? And you'll see how they tie in with the paper. So Peaceful Evergreens, I can't resist a pine tree stamp to save my life, but this one has some really neat dies too. Now, I already went ahead and got mine set up with the stickers, and then I do put the dies in a different envelope on magnetic sheets. This one had quite a few, so what I like to do here is put them side by side on, or back to back, and then they all go in the envelope here. So you've got some little standalone dies, you have the outline dies. This one here makes a bow. Wait till you see that in action, really cute. And then this one is neat. So you could do all sorts of fun techniques with this, like maybe create some snowy backgrounds and it'll die cut those out. So I think that's going to be really fun to create with. But yeah, 3 different tree sizes. I'm going to move this guy over here because he belongs with them. And then when you slide him in here like this, they fit right into the stamp holder there. So as I struggle, nothing like struggling on camera, right? I may need to trim those magnets down a little bit, but then they can live right in there and it works very, very well. So we have the Peaceful Evergreens. There's an embossing folder to go along with that. And then we have the Peaceful Season stamp and die set here. So we've got, this is a clear stamp with your sentiments. And then you have all of these amazing shapes for holding your sentiments, and again I'll show you those here in some projects shortly. So let me scoot these out of the way here, and then we'll look at this gorgeous paper. And this one is my favorite. It's just so pretty. So each one, you get 2 of each, and they're double-sided. So you have this version here, which is just this like dripping gorgeousness here. Love this texture. You could do sideways like that. It makes a great background. Or you have gold flecked on the opposite side. So it's really nice to have 2, because if you are creating a double page layout, you can use that on both sides. So I really love having at least 2 of the same there. And I could just see that being a really cool linear layout too, where you put your like pictures across the center there. I think that'd be really beautiful. So basically you get the same in each color. So you've got, and the pattern's a little different. So you can see this one's across the center, as to where this has got a different gold foil pattern. And then you don't have the dripping. This one almost has like that wood grain look to it. And then there's a beautiful green. Gorgeous. We've got red. Really a showstopper here. That's going to make some dramatic, beautiful projects. And then there's another of that light color there. And again, the gold pattern is different. So they're very unique. Aren't they gorgeous? Like I said, this was like a, yeah, I gotta have it. So, so pretty. Really pretty. I'm kind of, you know, as I was shopping through this catalog, I was also buying things with the creative design team's 31 Days of Christmas card event. And I can pretty much guarantee you're going to see techniques and card ideas featuring this project in that event. So stay tuned for more details on that. It is coming up very soon in October, and we're very excited. So we went from sophisticated, elegant, beautiful to whimsical, adorable, and just oh so cute. And this is called Reindeer Days. And again, traditional color palettes. You can get a whole suite. There are coordinating dies and a stamp set. And then wait till you see the peppermints up close. Those are really, really cute. So if you kind of focus on this page, this is a great page for inspiration, because you can see they have used the little reindeer in so many different ways. This little guy here, he is cut from the pattern paper. So the dies coordinate with that. You can die cut those out, and no coloring involved. Super quick, easy embellishment. This one here, they've stamped and they've used gold embossing powder to make that little guy shine. And then this one up here, they have stamped and colored in with markers. So it's really great to see all the different ways you can use these reindeer to embellish a project. Now I love this plaid embossing folder, and then this is from the standalone die that goes with this little Reindeer Day die set. And this guy's so cute. He's adorable. Love that little guy. He's part of the die collection, so you can you know, change up your papers and layer him in different paper colors. And I think that he's super cute. So let me show you this in closer detail. Now, at the time of filming this, the scrapbook workshops have not been released yet because those aren't coming out until the catalog is live, and they were not available during the pre-order. So, but I believe this one is part of that collection, and there's going to be a coordinating sticker sheet and a workshop guide that shows you how to put together 3 double-page pre-designed scrapbook layouts. So I don't have the sticker sheet to show at this time, but this paper is so cute. So you can see it's definitely reindeer themed, and they remind me of the cartoons from my childhood, the Christmas cartoons. They're just very old-fashioned and whimsical and fun, and how cute is that? With a little wreath around his neck. This one has lights. This one's got just little jingle bells. I mean, they are adorable. So the opposite side are presents, which I really like this happy little layout or pattern paper here. So that's one set of patterns. And then this is like that little die that you can layer up in the die set. Those guys are super cute. And this would be fun too. You could just do like a row of this across your scrapbook layout as an accent rather than using like a whole bunch. So it's a busier pattern, so I might just use a stripe like this on the edge or take a stripe across the center, and I think that would be really fun. Just kind of envisioning some ideas as we're looking at this. We've got some holly leaves on the other side with some little berries. I appreciate having small scale patterns mixed with the bigger patterns. That does make it easier to mix those together. And here we have a beautiful green background with our little reindeer just kind of, you know, galloping across the way there. Lights on the other side. And that's very festive and fun. Again, a busy pattern, so I would just kind of use this in smaller doses, or you could do like a frame style layout. So you could put a piece of cardstock here in the center and have this for your outside border. That would be really cute. This one I think is the cutest. So the reindeer are decorating the tree. This one's my favorite because he's drinking coffee. That's my kind of reindeer. If, you know, I was a reindeer, that's what I'd be doing. So the bird's decorating the tree too by putting the star on the top, and I think it's just really fun. Really cute. We've got a traditional Christmas plaid on the opposite side. And then we have this one would be really pretty too for skiing or winter pages, just enjoying the outdoor area. It's snowy landscapes. So we've got a little bit smaller scale with the trees and the reindeer there. And then again, nice little outdoorsy. So great for Christmas, great for winter, lots of different things you can do with these outdoorsy. You could even use that for hiking paper. I see hiking paper wherever I can because we do spend a lot of time in the outdoors. And then here we go a little bit different direction. If you want to play up the blue tones, then this one is really nice. Again, very whimsical. They're skating, and I think they're super cute. Opposite side, we've got red with the little jingle bells. I like the red with this color here. I think that's really pretty. So like I said, just very whimsical and fun. So if you didn't like the big reindeer pattern, you know, you just looked at the opposite side of these, you know, you've got just some great patterns that you could use for Christmas. So we got the holly. Let me bring them all back in here. Holly, and is that all of them? I think got the lights. And then the presents. So yeah, if you didn't want to use the reindeer, that's a lot of busyness going on right there. We need to bring in some cardstock to tone that down. But you guys get my point. You know, there's always, you know, look at each pattern as its own little thing. That made a lot of sense. Look at each pattern in its own little thing. Hopefully that made sense. Let me grab the Stampin' Dies. So look at these. These are super cute. Super cute. Tiny little adhesive backed peppermints. Aren't those the best? Little, just, I love them. And then you also have like this coordinates really well. So it's like a candy cane stripe twine there. It's called real red and white baker's twine. So then we also have that plaid embossing folder. And as you can see, this one is an extra large embossing folder. So I will probably be incorporating that onto some layouts for sure. And then the stamp set here is a clear stamp. I did put the coordinating dies in, and sometimes I will adhere my magnet sheet to the back, but this is an extra large die set. So not only do you get images to cut out the reindeer, but there's lots of standalone dies in here. So you've got this wreath that you can cut out the center, great for shaker cards or just layering, creating like tunnel cards or window cards. And then these are the reindeer. And then you can see there's that cute little guy. You have a bunch of layers, so you can do different colors of cardstock to really make those layers stand out. You've got the gift boxes. This light string, I know I'm going to be using that quite a bit. Super, super cute. And then this is like a bow with a ribbon that you can put on the gift box. And then you've got some jingle bells, a little tree, some holly. These are the berries. So you probably don't want to look at these. You want to see those in action. So I just wanted to show you how I'm storing when there are two different dies in the more than can fit on just one sheet. I do have some artwork samples to share with you. When I first get a new product, I love to just sit down and start stamping with it, create a bunch of little pieces, and it's like creative just playtime, right? I just know, end game in mind. I'm just creating just to see what kind of comes up from the creative session. And that's often how I get my ideas going, get those creative juices flowing, and I could take those ideas and put them onto my scrapbook layouts. So on this card here, you can see I have used this standalone die to create this fun background detail. And you could definitely use that to create some shaker cards and have fun little bits of, snowflakes moving around in the background that I decided to stamp with this little, I call them scatter or splatter stamps. So you can see we have this little background stamp for creating like a snowy scene. And I've done just a little wash of color with a blending brush and then use the same color ink to random stamp a pattern onto my card background there. Aren't those peppermints cute? You can see them in action there. Now our little reindeer or deer, whatever little critter you want to call him, I have die cut out from the pattern paper. So no coloring involved, and he's adorable. I die cut 2 extra layers from cardstock and sandwich those together so he has just a little bit of dimension and lift off of the background there. And super simple to put this together. Our season of wonder and happiness, all of the sentiments are part of the Season of Elegance suite. This is the peaceful season. So what I did is I used this one here. And you can see when you die cut this one out, it actually has like a little ribbon slide. My sentiment ended up crooked on that one. So I'm just going to stack another one over the top so it's not wasted. But it has a little ribbon slide there. You can weave the ribbon through or just tie ribbon, fold it over and have it coming off the edges. I didn't have room really or didn't want to put ribbon here, so I just cut those off and made it flush. So that's a way you can kind of alter this if you don't want to have the little ribbon slides on there, and it looks just as good. So that allowed a little bit more of that fun pattern paper to show on the background there. So that is this sentiment spot from this one here. And then on my next card, let me just set that up here. I got too much stuff everywhere. This one I've used the little tiny layering reindeer. So that's 3 pieces. That's your bottom layer and then the middle layer and then the top layer there. So you can see I have used in the background espresso for the base layer and then crumb cake for the center layer, and then this is pecan pie for the top layer. And I've added a little bit of red stickles for a red nose I was inspired by Rudolph, and I added little clusters of red berries to the wreath, which is also a standalone die in this Reindeer Day set. And then now you can see the other sentiment spot here. So this one's a layering one. You could use this by itself, but this detailed die cuts and layers over the top perfectly. So you've got options there. And you could use a different color to use the base layer. I chose to use crumb cake for both of them, but I have inked up the edges of this detailed, and you can see it's got the stitching and the little line detail on the edge there to make it extra special, and just layered that over the background there. This circle is the Spotlight on Nature dies, and I know you guys have seen me using those a lot. They've become one of my favorites, and I just think it's super cute how this one turned out. So very simple little card here. I haven't decorated the inside of some of these. Our third card is a fun fold. So I've used the same little reindeer. I didn't add the stickles to his nose. I just left him, as is, but I've used the same colors to layer up my little reindeer as I did on this particular card. And the presents are fussy cut from the pattern paper. So we have this sheet of pattern paper with all the presents. I just trimmed out a few of those, stacked those behind the little reindeer, and you can see I have embossed that with that plaid embossing folder. It really dresses up the background. So this one opens up like this, and this is a very simple card design, and it's one of my go-tos because it's just fun, right? We've got a little bit of these are the holly dies from the die set here. It comes with 3. So when you die cut this, it creates, I got a little extra pieces in there. It creates 3 different leaves, and then you put the berries in the center. Well, I decided to just change that up and have a set of 2 berries so that it framed in, or 2 leaves with the berries, it frames in the corner, and you can write your sentiment there. You could even put more white paper here if you had a lot to say. Or how fun would it be to put a photo in there too, so when they open it up they see this cute little family Christmas card photo. I think that would be really fun to get in the mail and open that up, right? Or you could put a gift card in there, a little Starbucks gift card. That would be fun. I do have a full tutorial on exactly how I made this card last season, and I'll leave that listed in the description box below. I should add that this paper here, you can see this is just cardstock and then a little bit of pattern paper. All of those are from, let me find it here. I think it's on page 18. It is the little bit festive paper that we already looked at. That is where I got these pattern papers. So there's the little triangle trees, there's the pine boughs with the ornaments on it, and then this you can see it was part of the die cuts. So there's that little candy cane kind of, well, a stripe. It's got green in it. I guess you could have candy canes with red and green, but that is where that one came from. So I used this paper collection with the reindeer. I didn't want to cut into my reindeer paper yet, just because I'm not 100% sure, I want to use that for some scrapbooking. So yeah, I hope that you love these cards. I've got more cards to come, so stay tuned. I hope you are enjoying the ideas so far. If you are, hit that thumbs up button. It does help me out quite a bit here on YouTube. And I know this is a long video, but I hope you're having fun and enjoying the ideas and seeing the inspiration and hanging out with me today. Go grab a cup of coffee and settle in. We still have a lot of good stuff to look at. So this is the Sentimental Christmas, and I think it is very appropriately named. So I don't have all of the bits and pieces here. I have to admit, I do think this is gorgeous, but I'm kind of just debating on it. I couldn't get everything, right? I mean, maybe I could have, but I had to restrain myself. So I got the paper and the ribbon so we can take a look at that. This paper is very sweet. Look at those adorable little fawns, and then you have the sweet little birds. I really like it. And you get 2 of each paper. They're double-sided. Look at the opposite side. You've got that pecan pie background with this gorgeous snowflake pattern. I absolutely love it. Those might be my favorite in the pack. We'll see. we've got a lot of papers still to explore. So this one, again, that old-fashioned vintage, reminds me of that candy cane or that ribbon candy, right? Grandma always had that in a candy dish laying around the house. The opposite side, we have this very pretty forest scene. Oh, how fun would this be to document going out to get your Christmas tree? I think that would be beautiful because you've got just an outdoor or even like winter skiing type pages. So pretty. Love that one. Here we have some very vintage looking Christmas trees with candles on them. They're very detailed. I love the little snowflakes in between on the background. And then the beautiful kind of watercolory painter looking gift boxes. A classic diagonal stripe on the other side. I love having a pattern with a neutral pattern. When I mean neutral, it can go with any, occasion, right? This doesn't have to be Christmas, as to where this one is definitely Christmas themed. So it's so nice to have those together. And look here too, how beautiful that goes with that. So then we have these stockings stuffed with candy canes and presents. Love the greenery and the little bows. Other side, candy canes. So these are really nice for a scrapbook layout. You pretty much have a lot of the work done for you. So I can picture like 2 photos right in the center. This would be so easy. You have 2 4x6 photos. You can put them right in the center on your left-hand side page. You can put a title right underneath here to kind of just ground those. Here's some ephemera from the joyful season. So you could just stick this little candy cane on, or this stocking on some foam tape, make a little cluster, or even have like a little cluster up here with some poinsettias, and picture again the title, and you're done. Like I said, this does so much of the work for you. I really love that one. I love traditional Christmas colors, and I know I'm saying that all the time, but it just, I don't know, it makes me happy. This has little tiny bows with just like some holly and berries on the background there. And then we have more of like a classic candy cane stripe. I think that's really fun. Love that one. And then these old-fashioned candles against the darker background. So pretty. Aren't those just neat? Other side. Ooh, that's nice too. Very pretty. I like that. Anything with the lantern, I think, is just has my heart. Love it. Very, very pretty. Have you stopped to count how many times I've said pretty, adorable, or very cute so far during this catalog walkthrough? I realize I'm saying that a lot, but it's true, you guys. It is just so cute, and things are very pretty, and I'm excited about them. This is the Nest of Winter collection. I did get this suite. I don't have it yet. I did break my order up into 2 separate orders. Again, I had to pace myself. I didn't get it all, and then I broke it up into 2 orders. So this is coming, and I love birds. I think this is going to be beautiful for some winter layouts. That's how I plan on using it. And of course, some Christmas cards too. Love the little birch bark like pattern of the embossing folder there. Beautiful twine colors. And I'm excited to create with that one. You can see here how the embossed background really makes a big statement on that card. I think birds are just, I don't know, I think they're beautiful. Love them, all seasons. Now this is the Snowy Scenes collection, and I'm excited. This is one of the paper packs they're using in the scrapbook collection. So the Reindeer Days and this one here. And I have a link in the description box below. Don't go down there. I know you're excited. Wait till the end of the video and then go check it out. It's going to take you to the digital catalog for the scrapbooking release. They weren't ready in time to be incorporated into this physical catalog, so they have their own separate digital catalog, and I'm very excited about those collections. So this one's really cute. You can create some snowy scenes, hence the name, and they've got the snow globe die set here, and there's a little die for the house, the tree, the penguins, and the penguins do cut out some of the penguins on the pattern paper, and so do the snow globes. But this is really cute. I think you're gonna love the scrapbook collection, the scrapbook workshop. So they pre-design it, and you have everything you need to create 3 double page layouts. This is called Regal Winter. It is a collection of winter florals, and I think you could use some of these for fall also, but they're rich jewel tones. It's something a little different than your traditional winter color palette, and I like that. It's fun to mix things up. There's a whole suite with ribbon and bling, specialty paper, or you could of course get them Olive carte. Olive carts would be good too. I love olives. But my friend Chelsea got this collection, and I have no doubt she's going to create something absolutely beautiful with it. And then of course I'm going to want to run out and get it, and it'll be a Chelsea made me do it moment. Fall is one of my favorite seasons to document, and I wish I had it to share with you, but there is a brand new fall collection for scrapbooking. They've created a scrapbook workshop. Now, I did get the Splendid Autumn because I wanted to challenge myself to use scenery paper. This is something new for me. Yes, I've used scenery paper in scrapbook layouts, but to make cards, I actually have not done that. And this card right here sold me on this whole collection. How many of you are guilty of that? You're like, yes, I want to make that card. $100 later. Actually, this suite is $89.75, so it's not quite $100, but I really love the way that looks. And in fact, I recreated that card exactly. Use this for inspiration, right? When you don't know where to get started, just start with a project in the catalog, and I did just that. I stamped a little bit of the little wheatgrass on the inside for a little something something, but this piece here is so unique, and I don't have anything like that die, so I was really excited to add that to my collection. And I think it'd be fun to put journaling in there and hang it on especially like a vintage kind of heritage scrapbook layout, or I can see it dressed up on a wedding layout with a little title or sentiment or journaling in there, and I like it. So for the background there, you could do that with the plaid embossing folder. It looked to me like they drew it with marker, so that's what I did. I just got out my ruler and eyeballed it and made a plaid with the crushed curry marker, and then layered it up exactly how they've shown. So I used this right hand side of the sunflower paper, and doesn't that make for a quick, stunning background? It was really this card looks very, very complicated, and there is a lot of little layered pieces here, but the scenery paper really does a lot of work for you. So without much effort, right? So you get 4 each of, I've already used one to make that card. The opposite side is a complementary color that goes along beautifully with whatever design is on the front. So for this one here, I have created another card. Let me grab that. This one was even more simple. So you can see I have cut down the bottom of this it's a pumpkin patch. They could be flowers, so they look like little pumpkins to me. And it made for another very quick background. The opposite side is this gorgeous color. That might be copper clay, and I love the visual texture in that design. So very, very quick. The ribbon is part of this suite, and that is in the wild wheat color, and it has like a sheer center with the wild wheat on the top and bottom. And I think that that's a really pretty little touch to add to your cards and layouts. So you'll notice I have gold edging on the paper, on my sentiment circle, and even on that little die cut leaf there. Let me show you what that is. This was a product close to my heart, carried for a long time, and that's how I discovered it, but it is by Spectrum Noir. So you have gold, silver, and molten copper. That would be pretty for fall too, actually. But Katie Taylor showed this was one of her tips in a previous 31 Days of Christmas card event. She busted out this marker and wowed us all, and I've been doing this technique ever since. So there's 3 different tips. You have the 3mm bullet tip, which is what I recommend for edging. There is a chisel tip, which you could also do that technique with, and then a very fine point tip, so you could add some little gold dots if you wanted to, or this would be one good for handwriting. But yeah, they're paint pens. You just shake them up, and you can still get these from Craft. I'll leave them listed in the description box below. But I think that adds a really elevated touch to these cards, especially the little leaf there. Now, the sequins is from the Natural yeah, here it is. This is the Neutrals adhesive back sequins from the core catalog. You could see the great colors for fall. We've got gold, copper, like a bronze and copper, and then a white. And these are really nice for cards because the sequins is very flat, so it goes through the mail nicely. But I thought that this would be a good addition for my fall collection there. And another just very quick card. The stamp set here, Autumn Expressions. The leaves are from this set, so I'm super excited about this log ground too. I'll be using that. I got a bigger one in the textured timber set, and now I have a smaller one too. So you can see there's that little sprig there, and then there's the little standalone leaf. There's a die that cuts out the stamped wheat, and there's an oak leaf, and then there you have the die to make this really unique piece on the front. So this is a cling stamp here. Okay, so sunflower paper, and then that was this paper. The next paper I created a card with is this one. So it looks just like, you know, grasses out in the meadow, turning for the fall season. And I created this card here. I did a top folding card, and this is actually another really quick, simple card. The background is crumb cake, and I took just a section of it and ran it down portrait orientation on my card. I have used Moody Mauve for my background circle, the Spotlight on Nature die, a sentiment from my stash. There is this little, oh yeah, I don't think I showed you these. These are the mesh or woven golden leaves, part of this fall collection. You can see them. I've used it on this card here, tucked them in, and I've used them here again on this card. Now you don't want your adhesive showing through there because it is mesh, like a woven mesh. So just put a glue dot or liquid adhesive at the base, because chances are those are going to be originating from something anyway, right? So you can hide your adhesive behind your whatever your sentiment is on top there. So that's what these are. And then I should show you too. I'm like a squirrel. Look at this, look at this, look at this. This bin is from Amazon, and I got this just for this purpose. These are dividers that you can pull out, but I thought it was really nice to store my little ephemera in these passport pockets. I think it's just really handy to be able to flip through them like that. So these leaves here are from the Changing Leaves set. This was not featured in this catalog. This was a recent online only exclusive, but I'm a sucker for fall leaves. This is a clear stamp, and this one has an embossing folder too. So this one here cuts out these large leaves, this one and this one, and also you can run it through the embossing folder so they're textured and embossed and like have the raised edges. Is really cool. And you can see these leaves are what I have used here, and then this little sprig is what I did to create these little guys that I've tucked in. And then again, more of that adhesive or neutrals backed sequins adhesive, something like that. So yeah, I'm excited about, you know, and the other side coordinates so beautifully, making this really simple. I'm excited to make a bunch of cards with these paper. You might see some of these on a scrapbook layout. I don't know. I haven't thought that far in advance yet. Now this one, we have all these beautiful purple daisies, and I've created this card. This is one of my go-to card-based designs. I've been creating, you know, doing this with different patterns for years, and it's a great way for scraps to, you know, when you have just little strips of paper. But this is perfect for scenery paper too, because isn't that pretty? And I've stamped Hello Friend. This die is from this set, and this one I need to fit this a little bit like a puzzle. You gotta remember how you took them off so they all fit back in. But this does have a couple little sentiment spots with detailing edge stitching around the edge, but that's what that circle is from. And then I use the leaf die to cut out the leaves from gold foil paper. That's from Stampin' Up. And then these tiny little leaves are, I believe that was Mossy Meadow, and you can see that's this one here. So those are all from one set, which makes it nice. So yeah, definitely some easy ways to use scenery paper and create some backgrounds there All because of this card made me do it. Let me just show you the rest of these really quick. So I'm only showing 3 because I've already used one, but again, there are 4. So just some fall foliage. This would be another great design for something like this. So many ideas. I can't wait to see more and more ideas unfold as people share their artwork on social media. There's the background of that one, more fall foliage. Wouldn't it be beautiful to go to like a botanical garden in the fall and see all of the gorgeous leaves? I think that's why fall is one of my favorites, because of all the color. We do get a pretty good show of fall foliage here where we live. We're about 3,500 feet. We do get several feet of snow every year, so it definitely gets cold enough, and we have a lot of maples and oak trees, and they just turn beautiful colors. All right, I think, yep, one more here. Sorry, it's super fast, but just wanted you to see all of those gorgeous designs there. You will be able to find my cards on my social media sites. I have Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. I won't put them all out at once, but I'll kind of trickle them out in the near future. So now we're getting back into some Christmas paper. This is called Take a Bow. There's a bundle, and then there's Take a Bow paper, and then of course the dies, which make these festive bows. What a clever idea to use up your Christmas paper scraps, right? I mean, you can cut into a new paper pack, but I immediately think scraps, perfect. And here they've just used the different strips on a card. I do have some cards to show you, but I'm going to wait until I get to the stamp set I used with that paper. But I think that this is really clever, and I never buy bows because I don't, I only end up using a couple and then I store them all year. Now I could just go make them as I need them with my Christmas paper. So I like that. These are 6x6, and they're just a great collection of festive, cheerful, traditional Christmas papers. I do have some cards to share with you. I love lanterns. I was pretty excited to see this one. It's called Light the Year. And then over here we have the Christmas labels bundle. So I'll show you those two in just a second. But I am very excited about these cards. I think they're really, really pretty. And I have used some stamping and some enamel effects and then die cuts and just put them all together to create these Christmas cards. So the background, let's take a look at this one first. The background is a wood grain paper from the Country Woods collection, one of my favorite paper packs, and I've been using it a ton. So here I've combined 2 of the lanterns. There's a big one and a smaller one, and we've got pine cones. I pulled out all the things here, so you can see we've got sprigs for stamping. There's some mistletoe, a layering pine cone, 2 different lanterns, a candle, the bow, and some nice sentiments. So, oh, look, there's some extra pieces in there ready to create more fun cards. So when this is something I highly recommend. Before you even start creating, just sit down and stamp them out in a bunch of different colors. Because when you go to put your cards together, it's nice to just maybe a red one, maybe a black one, because sometimes we can't see, what color I want to stamp that in, but just having them ready to go makes it easy. And I don't really like the green candle. I prefer the black candle inside. So that's something I learned just by playing around with those. And the layering pine cone stamp is so cute because it just adds so much dimension. So isn't that cool? It just looks like it is raised and with the dark shadowing in there. And that's the 2 different stamps there. So I know it's hard to see because I've already used them, but I've taken these pine boughs here. There's 2 different ones, which is nice. And I started by stamping those straight onto my wood grain paper. So we have some standalone leaf dies and these little sprigs, which I think are really cool. They're like twigs. I've tucked in a couple of the pine cones. My sentiment, nothing fancy. I stamped it right onto some paper and then used that gold marker to go around the edge there. And I used the Pearlized Enamel Basics in Real Red, Enamel Effects in Real Red, to add berries to my little sprigs there, into this little greenery. Now, cut a bunch of those up, go and put berries on them, set them off to the side, and then come back when they're dry and you have them ready to create. Because I get so impatient and excited. If you put them directly on your card, sometimes you'll get a splooge and you got to kind of fix it, or maybe they're not dry and you try to tuck them in and you mess it up. So I just got smart this time and created a bunch and then had them ready to go. Now I will say that it's real red, but it does have a pinkish cast to it. So here on these darker, on the green and on the brown, it looks red. But if you put it directly onto red cardstock, it has a pinkish hue to it. So just something I noticed, and I thought I would mention that to you as well. Now for this one, I've done the stamping right onto the background, and then again I cut out the sprigs and put on those red enamel effects, stamped my sentiment right under my lantern here. The lantern is popped up on some foam tape, and I did a little ink blending. I just took a soft blending brush and did that on the back of my cardstock panel there, and then popped up the lantern over the top of it. And again, there is that same paper that I showed you earlier from the festive, let me think of the name. This one here is called A Little Bit Festive. It had this one die cut strip in there, and I could have used an entire 12 by 12 sheet of that pattern because I think it's fabulous. But that was a very simple card, and here I put the greenery sprigs on the bottom. So I kind of reversed that. So on the top here, like the lantern was hanging from it, and then here I used it on the bottom like it's, sitting on top of a mantle here. So I've done a couple different things. These bows come with the Light the Year bundle. It's part of the stamp set, and you can see how much like shading is worked into the stamp design. I think that's really neat. Do you see all the shading on the lantern there? This bow is from the Peaceful Season die set, and it is a little bit bigger. No, not from that one. I lied. It's still from that same suite, but the bow is actually from the coordinating set of dies that goes along with the Peaceful Evergreens. So you can see there's the bow. This makes the two loops, and there's your tail. So I thought that would be fun. It's a little bit bigger, so I had to put it up higher on the card. And then I used some red stickles to create a bow center there. And then this one here is that same sentiment that we have been using, and you can see I did the first layer in red and then stamped the top layer in white to give that just a little bit different look than, tone on tone. So I like that you can layer them like that. And for this one, the envelope, I thought it'd be fun to take that same little pine bough stamp and just, stamp across the top there. So that's what, on the back of the flap, you could even do some like in the corner here. But I thought that's fun. It kind of matches with the stamping on the cards. I know this one. I did a little bit of the pine boughs on the inside and then adhered a pine cone over the top. So I'm getting better. I sometimes neglect the insides of my cards, but whenever I take the time to do that, I do really like the way it looks. Now the Christmas labels bundle, it comes as a bundle with the Stampin' Dies, or you could just get the dies or just get the sentiments. But in this particular set, they do have sentiments designed to work with the dies, especially this one, which you can see illustrated in these. So I die cut from black cardstock and white heat embossed. It's a hot cocoa day. There is black stamping on a white background and then real red stamping on a white background. But you can see how detailed these are. So they don't cut all the way through, but they do cut little lines in there, and I think it looks really neat. So that is this one, and the stamps are designed, that's one stamp there. So the Merry Christmas to You is all one, so it lines it up nice and easily. You don't have to stamp it 3 times. I made this tag. It's a hot cocoa day. You could put, this is like a fun little chalkboard type look. You could definitely have gone with the black, and I think that's cute. Or we could have even have stamped it onto the crumb cake, and I think that would have looked good. This would be fun if you were going to, gift someone maybe a Starbucks gift card or whatever coffee house you may have, your favorite coffee shop, and just put that on a card front, or maybe you went out for hot cocoa for the holidays. You could use this as an embellishment on a scrapbook page. But the coffee cup and the pine boughs are from the Joyful Ephemera pack. So I just had to grab those and tuck them in, and it was just quick and easy. A little bit of ribbon there. We've got some linen twine. This one, I was inspired by what I see in the catalog here. They've made a tag out of this. So that's this die here. I cut it in a white layer, and then I cut again in black, but I trimmed off the middle section just like they did here. Hope your season is filled with magic. So these would make great gift tags too. So now Merry Christmas to you. You could just put that on. Wouldn't that look cute hanging on a handmade gift? I love it. Very fun little detailed dies. This has a adhesive strip on the back of this magnet, so I just need to put it in there. I just haven't done that yet. I've been too busy having fun creating. I don't want to take the time to set up my new toys yet, right? I just want to dive in. Now, I don't have any samples to show you of this one, but I did get this. This was a must-have for me because of all the different tree layers. It's really neat. I always love to have the coordinating stamps because I'm a big fan of stamps, but this is one where you could just have the die set and really get a lot of mileage out of it. So you have the outline, and the outline can either, you could stamp an outline and die cut it out. You've got the inner stamp, so you could die cut this from paper and then stamp some detailing on it. We've got some fun sentiments. There are some ornaments you could stamp onto your tree, a bow, just little different things, a star for the top. Here's a cute little star scatter background stamp. But you can see there's a lot of dies in this set. So what I do when there's two is I'll put them back to back and then tuck them into the envelope and still put them inside there. But again, I've been having too much fun. I don't want to set up my toys yet. So you can see different layers. Here's a couple I've already die cut out. And let me see if I hold that up closer. Yeah, it looks better against the white background. So you've got all of these. Here, I'll grab cardstock. I want to hold it up so you can see the detailing. Okay, so you can see the little tiny dots in there. Yeah, that's much better. There's the plaid one, little dots. And this one has snowflakes, holly leaves, and then this one is just like this little lacy design. And there's, again, ornaments, bows, a star. This cuts out little, you can see it here in the catalog. They've used gold foiling to decorate that tree, and I think that looks really neat. There's the snowflake one, and they're awesome. I really think I'm going to have a lot of fun with these, and I don't have any samples because this one just may be featured in the 31 Days of Christmas cards. So here I cut out with the outline, I cut just a gold foil layer, and you could just very easily put your top layer over the top of the gold foil background if you wanted to do that for a layered look. Just the sky's the limit with this one. So many different possibilities here. Oh, look at, there's even that little guy. You could make like a little twiggy tree or put that as a layer for one of these. So excited about that one. These guys are cute. Christmas Friends bundles. You have these just fun little cartoon style happy animals. I think the owl is so cute. He makes me happy. He makes me smile. Little fat polar bear and the little moose. And then you can see there's a circle with the, so they've cut out the circle here, use the circle here. The circle makes a great little spot to anchor your embellishments. So I like the little scenes. It'd be fun to recreate those. And then we have an ornament bundle. These are great. These are timeless and nice to have in your collection. So you've got a die set, and then you've got this stamp, and it's designed to either put a sentiment across the center of it, or you could just put like little decorative shape, which they've done there. So a classic Christmas set right there that I think you could just, you know, change up the color, change up the way you use it, and really get a lot of mileage out of that one. One of a kind, you know, they say all snowflakes are one of a kind, so I think that's a clever little name there. And you've got a layering snowflake die that coordinates with the stamp set, and little winter sentiments there. You are one of a kind, wonderful friend. Hope you are having the merriest season ever. Thank you for your kindness, and a little something just for you. Humble home. I love the gingerbread house. We make gingerbread houses every year, so I think that that's adorable. There's a punch that goes with it, or looks like we just have the punch here, but it coordinates. You can do a brick house or a gingerbread house. You can see the different examples there. This is the Sweetest Star bundle, and they're like cookies, like little sugar cookies, and there is a punch that die cuts or punches out those shapes. The Artful Amaryllis bundle is absolutely gorgeous. You've got these dies that cut out very detailed little petals that you can layer, and that's how they've created that card there. And then there's a stamped version too. I love the dies. I just love how detailed those are. This one here, More Than Autumn, is super cute. So this one lends itself well to both Christmas and fall, and I have some cards to share with you for this one. We'll look at the fall card first. I have used the Country Woods wood grain paper again, and I'm having fun with the different color wood grain and the distressing on there. It just lends itself well to so many different projects. And the die in the background is from the Perennial Postage. Yeah, Perennial Postage dies. These are nesting dies with a couple little bonus pieces thrown in there. So I have cut my little background panel from white cardstock, and we have a circle from the Spotlight on Nature circle dies. The background here I have made with the stamp set. So I just took a tone on tone, the pumpkin ink, and stamped the tiny little pumpkin. And let me bring the stamp set in here. So you can see there's a pumpkin, or you can make an apple one, but I chose the pumpkin, stamped that in the middle of my coffee cup, random stamped the background to create that pattern paper, and then there is the stamp set, coffee, whipped cream, and there's a coordinating die that cuts that out. There's pie, donut, different toppers for your drink, candy cane. There's a cinnamon stick and a straw, marshmallows. There's a gingerbread man, so you can see how it lends itself well to fall and Christmas. The pie is so cute too. I was tempted to kind of put that on here too, but thought let's just let the coffee cup be the star of the show here. So I've used some of the thread or twine to wrap that around the cardstock before adhering it. The little tags here are from my stash. That's so close to my heart. I just wanted a small little tag set. And then the You Are the Best, I used 2 sentiments here. So we have, where are they on here? So we have You Are the, and then Is the Best. So I just inked up You Are and then the best and lined them up on that tag. So you have a nice little thank you card to send to someone. I have added some stickles to the whipped cream just to give that a little shininess there. And I've colored in my cup with, let me grab the markers. I've used the light and dark pecan pie Stampin' Blends for my cup, and just to add a tiny little shadowing to the outside edge of the little Java jacket there, I used the gray granite in light, just to again add shadowing. So I wanted to leave the center white, and then pumpkin pie marker in the center there. And you'll notice underneath the stickles I add just a hint of gray on the bottom side of the whipped cream layers to give that even more shadowing. Now for my Christmas one, I just switched out my fall colors for Christmas colors, and those are papers from the Take a Bow bundle. So this is, I got a little bit left over here, 6x6, and again, they're just a collection of festive Christmas inspired papers, double-sided, so you get different patterns on each side, and the patterns are nice and small, so they work very well for cards. So again, we've got the Spotlight on Nature dies with the decorative edging there, and I've done the same treatment to my cup with the stickles. I've added the little candy cane. The cocoa is a die in here. So you have pumpkin spice or apple and cocoa, and there's some different, this one says seasons, well you can see them here, hot cocoa season, pumpkin spice season, or apple season, so you could do different combinations there. Nothing's better than, you can see how they've used that here. Let me fold this over. Nothing's better than cocoa except maybe you. So what I did is nothing's better than cocoa, and then put the except maybe you on the inside. And to make that a little bit more substantial, I matted it on some pattern paper to match what I've used on the front. Now the little holly sprig there is from the Reindeer Days Stampin' Die set, and I've added a little bit of, I used a clear shimmer brush to add the sparkle. I would recommend the Wink of Stella to give your projects a little bit of sparkle. They're like a shimmer brush. I ordered the Wink of Stella just so I could try it, but I don't have it yet. So this is just the clear one that Close to My Heart used to carry. But I think that that is so festive and fun. I'm going to have fun looking at these all season on my shelf until it's time to send them out to others to brighten their day with a little happy mail. Okay, we are winding down. There's only a couple pages left. This is the Frozen Edges bundle, and I think that this is really cool. I did get this, and the reason I got this, I haven't created anything with it yet, is I have some glacier exploration pictures from Alaska, and I think that this is going to work really well to document those photos. Plus we get icicles on our house every year, so I am definitely thinking some wintry landscapes with this Frozen Edges stamp. And I love the snowflakes there. You can make a great pattern paper with that cluster of snowflakes. So these are really cute. We've got these adorable little kids here. This one's making their Christmas list, ice skating, decorating the tree, and enjoying some holiday cookies. Just very cute. And here you can see they've made this, use this fa la la stocking to adorn these little gifts here. Love, peace, and joy. So this is called Festive Words. And then we have some great stamps if you love to go to warmer climates for the holidays. I do have a friend that just went to Mexico for Christmas last year, and they were wearing Hawaiian shirts and stuff. So I think she's really going to like this stamp set. There's Santa on a surfboard. And yeah, the snowman in the Hawaiian shirt is super cute. And then he's got a parrot on him, which would be more tropical. So here they've used this cool wave, and they've stamped it over and over and over again to make this scrapbook page. And I think that that is a great little anchor for that main focal photo there. And here they've just stamped the background. And then here they've done like a traveler's notebook layout with the different stamps from this. So this one's called Snowman Hugs and Surfing Santa. This is beautiful, and I did get this one, and I love it. It's called Shepherd's Care. We also have Yuletide Village, and you can see how they've made this cute little shadow box, layering up those little snowy wintry houses. They've also used them there. And here is the Shepherd's Care. They've done a tag in the middle of that wreath, which is very pretty. And then this card inspired one I created to share with you. So let me grab that really quick. So you'll remember our gold dipped card bases I showed you a long time ago in the beginning of the catalog. I have used the blue one and created this card. So I was inspired by this one here. You can see how they've placed the shepherd, and they've stamped the city skyline there, and then they have their sentiment on top, and they use a smaller star. So I used the big star from the set. which is right here. We've got a small one and a larger one. And I embossed that with gold embossing powder to match the gold foiling. The blue was already done for me. This is our card base here. So all I did was take my blending brush and I blended some, I used toffee ink on this one, which is close to my heart color. Blended up on the bottom, kind of just going it around. I didn't mask anything off. I just gently went around it. And then I used this scatter stamp in the background, which could be snow. It could be stars in the sky. But in this case, I used it to add texture to that blended area on the bottom, just to give that a little bit more, interest. And then at first I stamped just one, how they did, and I kept going because I was having fun. So I stamped it off the edge on both sides there, and then use the Peace on Earth sentiment on some sapphire blue cardstock and popped that up. I thought about coloring in the shepherd, but I actually really like the way it looks just black and white like that. So the gold embossing here took the longest time on this card, but everything else was very fast, and it was really all about the stamping on this one. So I think that I like this so much, I'm probably going to end up using the other blue bases to recreate this and have like a set of cards, because I think that it's just really, really beautiful. Has anyone had to go back for a refill on their coffee yet? Or it's only a few pages left, I promise. So here we have some more fall inspired leaves, caring leaves, and they layer, so you get that kind of watercolor layered look over the top if you want. And they've used them to create this cute little silverware holder down here. And I love these girls, especially this one where she's holding the pumpkins. You can see up close there. They've just done a little coloring. I just like the pose and how she's carrying the pumpkins. This one has a holiday Christmas wreath, and this one's holding a picture. Oh, a snowman. I couldn't quite see it there. It's like a little circle with a snowman. It says, I would pick you over and over again. So that would go with the pumpkins, or it could go with the apples. Memories of you warm my heart. Deck the halls with wreaths and holly, and hey pumpkin. So it's nice that they have the different seasons, both fall and autumn, so you could use those for different purposes. So cheers to love and friendship. Very sweet little animals. My favorite is the bear and the rabbit reading. They're all snuggled up together. There's a pair of little maybe fox. I don't know what those little creatures are. Now they're like ringtail cats. They have little rings on their tails there. And then some kangaroos. So I love the animal stamps. I think they're so sweet. Enjoying the little things. You can see how they've used these. Enjoying the little things would be a nice sentiment for a scrapbook page. You can just put that on a lot of different things. And then we have love and strength. So this is like geared towards sympathy. I am here for you. There is hope. Sharing love and strength this season. You matter. It's okay if all you did today was breathe. So just nice, like encouraging, supportive sentiments there. And oh my goodness, I'm sad. That's it. Except some stocking stuffer ideas. Blending brushes, the Joyful Ephemera pack, some bling. I'd be happy with any one of those if Santa put those in my stocking. Let's bring in all of those card projects so we can see them one more time. And of course, I will be, like I said earlier, trickling these out. You'll be able to catch the still shots over on Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram. I had so much fun creating all of these cards, and I hope you enjoyed seeing them and they have you excited and inspired to create. Don't forget, down in the description box below is a link to that scrapbooking brochure. And of course, you could just head on over to my website and go to the What's New and find everything there. Let me know which paper collection or stamp set is your favorite. What are you most excited about? I always love hearing from you in the comments below. And thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you real soon here on YouTube.